welcome back to another custom minifigure showcase. In this video, I will be showcasing my LEGO custom Mandalorian Season 2 minifigures. I've had these done for quite a bit, and I never really had the time to actually go ahead and do this showcase. So, before I have to go back to school again, I figured, hey, let's do this showcase. Finally. Starting off this showcase with Jarin, or the Mandalorian. As you can see, I sculpted up his armor, and for probably the first time ever, I actually sculpted gauntlets, which was very interesting. I gave him a custom paint job on this area of his legs, and I sculpted some shin guards. I didn't sculpt them too big because I didn't want them to interfere with the movement of his legs. I sculpted his Mando armor that's pushed up a bit more than regular Mando armor is. I don't know why, it's just the style. I did the strap going across with all of the pieces of ammo attached to it. I sculpted his helmet, and if we turn him around, you can see that I did a cape and a jetpack. Then there's one final piece to this minifigure, and that is if we take off this helmet, put on this old Kai hair, we get a pretty good Pedro Pascal. The head was originally a head from Fantastic Beasts. The name of the character escapes me at the moment, but if you've seen the head before, then you probably know which character this is from. It just escapes me at this moment, but I'm very proud of the likeness that I actually got to Pedro Pascal through this head. So yeah, let's go on to the next minifig. So here we have Baby Yoda, aka the Child, aka Grogu, aka if you want to throw any other names in there. But obviously this is a base of the regular little figure. And the first thing that I started off with doing was filling that gap in between the legs, because there's nothing there. In terms of like legs and everything, no, there's nothing there. So I did a gradual slope, and then I filled in that gap. And then the thing that I wanted to do the most with actually doing this figure was adding cuffs to all of the areas that needed it. So there's a cuff around the neck and cuffs around the arms. And then for the head, I just added pink areas, like a bit of quote-unquote blush and some to the ears, just to give them, you know, that skin tone and everything. Skin can be very different depending on the area that it is, so I just wanted to show that off. So that's it for Grogu. Let's move on to the next figure. Moving on to probably my favorite character that I've done so far. This is Boba Fett in his new armor. And just like any other Boba Fett figure that I would do, or Mandalorian figure in fact, I had to custom mix paint. It's not the most fun, but it gets the job done, and that's what really counts. So this is a bit of a dark sand yellow. It's actually very close to a sand orange, but it's more like a sand yellowish orange-ish. It's a strange color. Then I also got a bit of a maroon color for gauntlets and the areas on his helmet. All of the armor is entirely sculpted by me, This is probably the best Boba Fett sculpt I've ever done, especially in the torso area. I really love how that came out. His blaster is very simple. I mean, with all of the others, I gave them like custom weapons. I didn't really feel the need to do that. I could care less, if I'm being perfectly honest. I did the same jetpack that I did before for Boba Fett, where I just clipped off the exhaust that was down here, and then I just sculpted a bit right here and stuck it in. Like I said, gets the job done. And then, of course, I sculpted and painted the helmet. It was perfectly fine to do, nothing too bad or anything. What I do appreciate, and I made a big mistake on the first Boba Fett figure that I ever did. I made the helmet, like the actual indent for where they can see, I made it too big. So if we look at this version, which is my first Boba Fett I ever did, you can tell that this helmet indent is a lot bigger than it probably should be. So with this figure, I kind of rectified that mistake, and you know, we have a nice T-shaped visor there. So that's pretty much it for Boba Fett, so let's move on to the next minifig. So here we have Bo-Katan. I'm actually very proud of the outcome of this minifigure. Obviously, I did all of the armor, and the perfect colors for the blue. I love it. It looks amazing. It's a sand light blue. It came out really well. And then obviously we have tan here on the top of the helmet that also came out really uniform with the blue. They look very good together, and I'm very proud of mixing those colors. Anyway, of course, I sculpted the armor and everything, which this is the first female Mandalorian I've ever done. So, that was interesting for me, because their armor's not the same. If I hold up Boba Fett, you can tell that obviously the helmet's different. Everybody knows that. But, the actual body sculpts are different because in terms of human physiology, human anatomy. In terms of human anatomy, males have a lot more of a broad chest, while females have not broad shoulders. While females have broad hips and a thinner chest. So that armor was made to accommodate human anatomy. And then I trimmed off the sections in the jetpack to make it more accurate. And then, if we take off the helmet, I gave her Narcissa Malfoy's head because the non-angry side of the head actually kind of looks like the actress. So if I put on this hairpiece, I mean, like, come on. I think that accurately represents Bo-Katan pretty well. This was a Nia hairpiece in black, and I just painted it that nice orange color that LEGO loves to give Obi-Wan Kenobi for some reason, even though he's a dirty blonde and not a ginger. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Bo-Katan. And let's move on to the next figure. This is my Ahsoka Tano from Mandalorian Season 2. I'm I'm extremely proud of how this figure came out. You see, she's very visually pleasing, and it's just, I love the outfit and how my portrayal of it came out. For example, if I hold up Boba Fett, like just looking at Boba Fett, it's like I can be mesmerized by that. Like it's very visually pleasing. I can look at it and it's like, wow. But I can do the same for this version of Ahsoka Tano. Obviously, this was taken from the AAT set. It's the same exact face, and then I cut the head tails a little because these are extremely oversized. But yep, and I did her whole outfit. So there's fabric right here for that bit, then she has the overcoat, so I had that, and then she had that undercoat, so I did that, and then there's a belt that goes all the way across. So yeah, it wasn't that hard, and then I made both of her lightsabers. This one is, well, I had a bit of a funny story behind this. I did a Clone Wars version of Ahsoka. Haven't done that showcase yet, by the way. And so I then realized that her sabers are different, but I made 2 of these. So I just whipped up this. I was like, well, I have to have it different somehow. And one saber's longer than the other, so it's accurate technically. And yeah, that's pretty much just what I did. But these are clear blades. They were actually cut from... Lego uses them a lot to hold up little things. A lot of people do, actually. I don't know if I have one laying around, but I'll try to put a picture of it up on screen just so that you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I cut it from that, and then I sanded it on both of the sides, and I put them into the lightsaber blades, and they look very good, and I'm very happy with it. So yeah, I mean, this figure was a lot of fabric work, but I mean, besides that, it was extremely simple. So yeah, let's go on to the next figure. Here is my version of Luke Skywalker. He's extremely simple. It's nothing too much, nothing too little. It's just, classic Jedi robes in black. And then I have this hood that I got a while back, and I thought I have to use this somewhere, so let's put it on him because he's wearing a big cloak for almost all of his screen time. And then I just gave him a Luke head, and I painted up this hairpiece. It was a lighter tan. I don't like how the light tan looks, so I painted it. And then I painted a regular lightsaber to look like Luke's, and I think that looks really good. And yeah, like I said, not too much to this figure. I just wanted to represent him, but I didn't want to make the Return of the Jedi figure because 1, that would be inaccurate, and 2, that would kind of defeat the whole purpose of including that figure in a Return of the Jedi showcase. So yeah, and yeah, Luke, not much. Like I said, I just wanted something to represent him, so let's end out the video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys really did enjoy these minifigures, then please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe if you're new. We're on our way to 200 subscribers, so if you could help me achieve that by either the end of the year or the beginning of next year, then I would really appreciate it. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.